No.
Okay.
Hey, look at this. Look at this. Shawner, been waiting for the Venger Con stuff.
Oh, I hope it's good, Sean. I hope you don't hate it. So, me and three of our buddies road trip to Madison from here in Michigan. Takes about 7 hours. Some slow going. Uh, Nice little town, good little location. The DoubleTree on the east side of Madison, and we rolled in there on Thursday morning. I can't recall if we met anybody there. I don't think so. But before we went there, we stopped off at Lake Geneva. So why did we do that? Well, two things. I'm not a huge fan of Lanasa, but I had to see the Dungeon Hobby Shop.
Just from
And
the outside?
we went in. I didn't spend any money there, but I had to take a look at it. It was free to look around. You have to pay it all. I guess I want to try to do.
Is it the picture you showed with the dragon head?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me.
Got to say the building. No, it's just a house that they turned into.
Yeah. So let me find
so.
you. This is the outside of the Dungeon Hobby Shop for those who haven't seen it. I might make it a little bigger, and that's actually close to where we parked. But that's the entryway up that ramp, and that was pretty cool. Let's see, how do I switch this around? If I just take it out, it kicks me out. Crap. Is there a way to switch those pics without me coming out of the share screen, Joseph?
You'd have to Alt Tab. I'm not sure you have your funny Apple device there, so I'm not sure what they do.
So this is the case of awesomeness.
So pictures pixelating.
Agreed. At the very top, is in center is a wood grain box. Now, the young man that was there claimed they paid 10 grand for that box. I believe being wood grain, that makes it one of the first of the 1,000 that Gary, I'm a Max user, Shawner. Yes. And, he is too, I think. So anyway, he claimed that was it, and it was worth $20,000 now. I don't know. If you look in the second row, there's a white box. Third row, there's a white box. So he had quite the collection. Then the first edition books. He even has a collection of all the minis. You see the tiny books? Can you see that down at the very bottom?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the tiny books. Those are kind of neat. He showed us the monster manual. It was neat to see that. I kind of enjoyed those. And the place has several little, old school like letters from Gary and stuff. So they definitely got some of the sweet stuff. It was very, very nostalgia-esque. Let me see here. Then this is the one I really liked. The first issue of Dragon magazine. That was on the wall. I asked the young man if it was for sale, and he said, go ahead.
Technically, it's called The Dragon.
Right. The Dragon.
It didn't get called Dragon Magazine for several issues after that. I'm not sure when that started, but it was called The Dragon.
Yeah. I thought the Dragon and the mini books were the coolest. I remember when the mini books came out, and I'm like, why would I want to buy tiny little books? But The Dragon, Volume 1, Issue 1, pretty sweet. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. He said everything in there was technically for sale, which sounds like that crew. This young man, I don't think he was part of the creative process, but he was.
Was it including him?
How much for you, young man?
Everything here is for sale. What about you?
I'm kind of hungry. You look tasty, says the trollish old man.
I need a servant. You could iron my clothes and make sure everything's ready for me.
Yeah. What did Killraven say here? Seeing that makes me sad. My copy. Oh, your copy of a first issue of a Dragon magazine went away.
Oh,
that is sad.
That stinks.
Yeah, but
that stinks.
We walked down the street. I mean, it was literally like, I don't know, 30 yards from where we were at. Was because that was the first building where TSR, I think, started the company, and then across the street a little bit was Gary's house. And we went in to check that. We didn't get to go. We didn't go in. The lady that owns it now will do free tours, but you have to request them. This is, let's see, one of the views of the house. Really pretty small, and it was kind of cool. But thinking that he had 5 kids, that's a little crazy for that. Then I liked this. This is what I shared I think on Facebook. There's a window shot where she had a little dragon in the window. I think this is it. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
there was a dragon there. Here I'm clicking all this, but anyway, that was pretty cool. And they had little flyers there outside on a little table that you could take. I've got one. I didn't. I don't think I have it handy, so I can't show that little flyer. But yeah, it was just kind of neat to see it. You know, it was kind of a bucket list thing to do. So I have to admit, I did quite enjoy that part. It was very nostalgic. And kind of a cool little thing to do. But then we got to Venger Con, and when we got there, the hotel was very nice. They had the pool and all that stuff. That was good. We didn't waste stay for that. We had 2 rooms. We did stay till about 10:30 a.m. on Sunday. Then we left. They game till I think 4 on Sunday. 25 or 26 attendees over the couple of days. I think on Saturday was the largest day. I ran OSE 2 sessions about 4 hours long.
I want to interrupt right quick.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, one. How well can you hear me right here? Does it sound muffled?
I hear it fine.
How much was the ticket?
$100.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know, it was, I think I talked to Venger. Sean or stood on Gagaslon, didn't get yelled at to get off. Yeah, you could. I think the lady was pretty chill about stuff. I didn't see her, but there was not like a big crowd or anything. You could go right up to it.
I was wondering if it was 50 or 100. So 100.
Yeah, he was shooting for 100. He was thinking he'd get 50, and he ended up with 25 or 26. So, but the thing was, and this is where I'm going to give a nod to it being like Cabin Con, it was just a bunch of dudes, and we're hanging out. We got to know each other the first day. I know, like 6, 7 guys within 20 minutes, and we're going to get lunch. You want to go? Yeah. I mean, a shout out to some of the guys out there. I mean,
it's all guys?
Yeah, it was all males, and we had people from as far as with Indianapolis. We had Michigan, of course, and of course several from Madison area. We had New York, Philadelphia. Where else? I feel like I'm forgetting somebody else. Rochester, New York, Philadelphia. Oh, San Francisco. So, quite a eclectic group. It was very, cool. Yeah, I was impressed. People flew out to it. I think it was very fun. 1,000 experience points. Yeah.
Achievement unlocked.
Yes. The games we played, the games that I saw run and played, I played OSE. I played DCC quite a bit. A little shout out to the boy Mike W out there in Philly. He ran some DCC for us. Gosh, if he's watching this, I believe after playing it, it's not any fault of Mike's, but I'm putting it in the same category of 13th Age that I think I like it for one shots. Man, there's a lot of tables, Joe.
DCC?
Yeah. Mike did a great job. We had a good time. We did a funnel the first day. Then we went to our first level adventure the next day, and we played for like 6 hours. I tuckered out. We got tired. We were going to go for 8. I couldn't make it. And just too old.
It has a gonzo element, so the tables add to that.
Crazy town. At one point, my character, I touched this thing, and my body disappeared, and I was just 2 eyeballs. And I couldn't say a word. I wasn't supposed to talk at all. And I didn't even have flesh, so I couldn't like wink and stare. And that's true. Max makes a good point at Legion. DCC is all tables, but I agree. But when you're playing, holy crap, constant table reference. So I could roll around in this dungeon. Now I could go up walls and under doors, which is kind of cool, but I couldn't make a sound. We did. Finally, one of the players said, "Hey, why don't you move this way, Randy, if you mean yes, and that way if we mean no."
Oh, hey, I need to shout out Legion of Myth as well. He had me on last Friday.
Oh, cool.
On the Chill stream, we talked about Big Geek Emporium as well. I don't want to forget that.
Cal is tricking me here. I'm not sure what he means here.
What is number 1 hoe for now? Hoe.
I don't know.
We don't have a number 1 hoe.
No, we treat all hoes equally.
Yeah, they're all the same.
Yeah, they're all the same to us. There was at least 1 or 2 homebrewed games that folks talked about. I think 1 or 2 played. There was a 1984-85 Conan game that a couple of our buddies played in. Venger read like a demon. like 6 to
Was
8
it the
hours.
Conan rules from Chainmail?
No, it was like a 1980s Conan, like mid 80s, 88. I remember there was a
Okay.
game. They didn't like it too much. They didn't like the game that much. There was Beckman Rules, Cyclopedia Galore.
Right.
One guy from San Fran had his own game. He ran for some of the guys. Yeah, I mean, it was just really cool. But like every day you'd have lunch, hang out into the evening. Chicago. We had a couple from Chicago. I forgot that. That was our Oaks and Colin from the Dead Game Society. He was a cool cat. A lot of them were cool. They were just good dudes. I tell you what, they would just fit in perfectly. I mean, they would just, a lot of them are very old school type guys. I know one of them, Oaks, was not, and it's okay. I'm not mad if you're listening. Oaks is completely cool. He prefers mapping, and I didn't map in my game, so that wasn't his favorite.
It needs more Earth Dawn, apparently.
Well, Max, dude, you know how to fix that, don't you? Venger Con 2, homeboy.
Yeah.
Come on over. Run it.
And
yep. Call him out now. Come run it. We play. If you run it, we'll play.
We have to price out our own place here, but if we are going to run our own con, which we've talked about, under the Big Geek banner,
right?
We can't help but get at least that many people.
Oh, we'll get fit. I mean, I'm not trying to brag and put a little thing on Venger. We're gonna break that 25
easy
day one because we got 50 people counting family, friends. We got people who got kids who are players. We would have it day one, and we're gonna. I know my wife. I've already told her she loves the idea. I said, but you're helping. I said, you're gonna be helping. She goes, I'm good with that. She'd be happy to get in there and help.
Oh yeah, you two, the anal organizers sent from heaven. I mean,
we will get that. But Venger did a great job. He came in, gave us a little. Why screw us? Why is he saying screw us?
Legion Myth says to those who are listening and not watching, screw you guys.
That's a Joe saying. But yeah, Venger did a good job. And look, I ain't knocking Venger at all. He's a little new age for me sometimes. He was up there talking about his signals. Oh, hold on. I got to show you. So like I told you guys.
He put a picture of one of them on social media somewhere.
Here's what he drew for me.
That looks like an amoeba.
But dude, it was all right. And I bought Chalt.
Have you read it or looked through it at all?
I thumbed through it first because I didn't want a bunch of porn.
I don't think there's that much. I don't think there's any of that in there.
Mostly a couple of sexy babes, which is no worse than any other D&D book, and some pretty cool looking stuff. So we'll see. I did buy this, which is extreme. The language is harsh, though it's hilarious. Oh, what is Legion saying?
70% of all Friday night chill stream super chats, because YouTube takes 30%. We'll go for giveaway prizes from the Discami Indiegogo fundraiser. The leftover will be a straight donation to Discami. I don't know what Discami is. I'll have to look that up. Is that a comic book or is that a RPG?
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll look it up. Anyway,
yeah.
So you thumbed through it. You didn't find anything visually upsetting.
No, yeah, well, this is hard to upset me. I was like, I just don't want to have porn in my house.
Right.
This is funny, a little extreme. How to game master like an effing boss. That's pretty funny.
Same thing. The guy's small mouth, so it's anime RPG.
And this is the first edition of his Crimson Dragon Slayer RPG. So I'm going to look at that. It looks pretty basic and simple. But it was like $10 for each one of those paperbacks and 30 for Chalt. And you know what? I just want to help Venger out, man.
Sure.
Screw the man.
He's getting screwed by drive-through. Red Room is getting screwed by drive-through.
Yeah, man. I'm going to buy some of their stuff too, probably. One of the guys there, I believe this is the San Fran guy, and he has two YouTube. So I'll shout him out here. Dream of the Dragon. That's really hard to read, but he's got his own RPG. Now I got to dive into it. Dream of the Dragon.
You got to center your stuff up there, dude. Just all off to the right.
How's that?
There you go.
Dream of the Dragon by Ivan Richmond. He has a YouTube site.
Does he have if he has a website that can be downloaded from?
I don't know. He has this.
Oh, there's that. Okay.
Anyway, but Ivan was a pretty good cat. I don't quite understand the game. It says Dream of the Dragon is a rules light RPG making RPG. I don't know. But anyway, he's from San Fran, man. You know, give him a break. He's struggling. He's struggling.
They put the screws to their people out there.
They do, man. He was a good cat. So yeah, the gaming was off the hook, off the chain, whatever the hell that means for the young kids. It was cool. I would say Venger Con 2 is very likely, though he's going to be giving an announcement next week. I think it felt like Cabin Con because, like I said, we were all hanging out together. I did put some pics on our web page. Did I put it on our website page, Joe? I think I did.
Did you do what?
Oh, did I put some of those pics on the website? Our website?
No, because you can't.
Joe does not allow me to do stuff.
I believe you put him on Facebook, though.
Okay.
You put him. That's the only social media thing that you have available to you.
Right. Joe won't allow me to do nothing.
Well, you don't want a Twitter.
I don't. I really don't. I'll let Joe tweet for me.
You're not much of a masochist.
We did need cards, though. Several folks, we talked about having cards made. I should have really gone after that because several folks, hey, you got a card? But I wrote, I friended them all and I sent them we changed phones. I told you about the two guys that are interested in helping you if you need it. With, what do they call it?
It could be that some of those guys, through whatever you did, your efforts there, upped our subscriber count here on YouTube. It's quite possible.
It's possible. I had a little stand with oh crap. Let's see if I got it.
Made a little paper tent.
Hold on a second.
Paper tent.
Well, I went a little fancier. I went to Staples and bought this. This will really excite people. This is so fun. I went to Staples and bought this little plastic stand and put. There we go. Big Ink Emporium is coming. Ooh. Games of your making. Check us out. Website, YouTube. The other side was, and it's one of these little doohickeys that's got.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Base. The other side was my adventure.
Gotcha.
So, but one guy guessed the module that I was basing my adventure on, which was Amber.
Oh yeah. All you have to do for people who are geeked out like us, all you have to do is mention a few of the names, and then, yeah.
So, but
don't reveal.
Yeah, I had some good ideas. I winged things as I went, and did kind of off the cuff. It was fun. Yeah, Josh did suggest that. He did.
Having cards.
Yeah.
We talked about it, but
he suggested this thing.
Because we talked about cards. I think what it ended up being is by the time it dawned on us that we should have some business cards out there. It was kind of too late to get them printed out.
Yeah, I was pleased. I mean, I was very pleased with it. I think for a small group of guys, they all kind of knew us. The first day, me and the other three guys all wore the biggest Gigas shirts, so we were representing. So it was pretty cool.
That's cool. I don't have that shirt on right now, but we actually have the same shirt on.
Oh, really?
That's funny.
The faded one, not the really cool one that they fixed for us.
Yeah, mine didn't. Mine held up pretty well in the wash compared to some of the other guys.
The original one did. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Our buddy Patrick makes these T-shirts every year, and this past year but the guys that made the T-shirts, the printing press, they were super cool. They replaced all the ones that were junked up. So I use this as a workout shirt or a work around the house shirt or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I think that's about it. Any questions you had for me about Venger Con, or if somebody in the chat has a question, I can tell them.
Well, I'll start because I'm above the chat.
Correct.
So
it's all God Emperor of Biggest Geekus.
So you said you were going to try to have a drink with him, but you said you just talked to him a little bit.
Just chatted for a little bit, and he told me in regards to running a con, the hotel was cool. I hope I'm not sharing too much, but Venger said he had originally had 4 ballrooms prepared, and he noticed near the end, like a few weeks away, dang, I'm only going to have enough people for 2, and he was worried about the cost. He had more room set aside. The hotel was super cool. 2 weeks away, they still said, fine, won't charge you, don't worry about it. So they backed off.
So he didn't have to pay for it all up front and then hope that he got enough people to come.
I think he did, yes.
Oh.
Right. Well, no, not fully, because they back things off. So, but he had to probably give us credit card to say, hey, you're holding this. If you get left holding the bag, you get left holding the bag. Not us.
Sure. But the other thing, I've been told that if you get rooms at get ballrooms and whatnot, conference rooms at a hotel, that they insist that you eat their food.
They did not. In fact, they offered us free. They had water is all they offered. So we could bring our own snacks in. We did not.
Oh, that's cool.
But there was a restaurant right across the way. So a lot of guys did there. I didn't think the food was that impressive for the price. So we went out every night for supper. The
best thing to do when you go to these long things is you're in a hotel. It's hard to store food. Yeah. But if you can, buy your own and bring it, because
I took some for lunch. I ate lunch in my room every day. Went out on the other times. I thought Venger told me too that he did have to look around. He checked out 3, 4, 5 places. I mean, he's in San Francisco. Who's he talking about?
The game that you held up, the paper, that's at San Francisco. The guy,
the Dragon.
Yeah, the Dragon. The fellow who does that is in San Francisco.
I believe that's the one. Ivan can correct me, but I think he was the one that did that.
I don't think we answered that, but I think we mentioned it. How much does the Dragon #1 go for now? I know that it was mentioned that they bought it for, you said 10,000?
Oh, no,
that was the boxed the wood grain box. I don't think you mentioned how much he paid for the Dragon #1.
No,
I imagine it's I doubt it's 10,000, but it's probably
probably a couple hundred.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I'm trying to do a quick search here. I don't know. Dragon.
Right. So as far as Venger Con goes, it was fun.
Yeah. And
you met some new folks.
Yeah, I met some new folks. I mean, these guys, they'd come to Cabin Con anytime. We would have a good time with these dudes.
Cool. Well, if that many people came to Cabin Con, we'd have to get a new venue, because there's no way we could fit 50 people there.
No.
I mean, not without Karen acquiescing to campers or tents or something like that, because there's absolutely not enough space there would be a lot of weird things happening if all the beds were doubled up.
Yeah, I don't. We kind of said, $1,500 on eBay.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of cash. So
I'll find a PDF. Thank you.
No, I'm not paying that much.
Might even be able to convince Lulu to print it.
You know what?
Unless you're Legion of Myth. He's had some run-ins with Lulu recently.
If you searched around, you could probably find someone selling off a bundle of those magazines for a much better price, including #1. Now, to what quality, I don't know. So
who knows?
That was a quick search on eBay. I don't know what they wanted. I didn't offer it. I knew it'd be something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
It was fun. Mm-hmm. It's not like it was catered or anything like that.
No,
there wasn't a vendor hall, but several of the folks there had some of their own things to, kind of, hey, this is what I have and whatnot.
I've run a small con at my college. I don't know if you weren't around here then.
No, I was not.
First couple of years I moved to Michigan, and I had 2 vendors. It was easy. It was 2 game store guys I knew, a comic shop owner nearby. You know him. Also another one. They showed up with stuff, had product. One of them offered product for prices for games. He was really cool. You know who it is, a comic guy. He's an awesome guy.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you we could get him and probably a couple of folks around, a couple of game stores nearby to probably show up and be a little vendor hall should we have a biggest geekest type con. What?
Well, Legion had some issues with Lulu. So you are not allowed to print a product or IP you don't own, whether you purchase the PDF or not. Well, they're not really enforcing that. So like he says, apparently people have been using Lulu to print PDFs that they've bought on drive-through because it can be a little cheaper and easier to deal with, I guess, for some people.
Oh, I see.
Than dealing with drive-throughs printing thing.
Yeah.
But I know I can't remember. It was Crafty Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Displaying all of his. He would get a PDF and then he would get it printed a particular way where it'd have the plastic spiral thing going through it, and a couple of different IPs that he doesn't own. So, oh yeah, they terminated his account for doing it. So maybe you're like the harbinger of doom for everybody who does that. Hopefully not. I don't know why they would single you out unless some of these what's the word that I heard today? Danger hair individuals put a bug in somebody's butt for you.
Oh, I believe you, Max.
Oh, I believe you fully. Yeah.
Yeah. Steve Jackson Games has a fact on their store front, says Malachi, about printing through Lulu. Oh, well, I wouldn't be shocked if SJW Games was like that. Yeah. But I will say this. I think Venger Con was awesome. Dudes, we played. There was at least 2 games going on all the time, often 4. And 2 on one side, and they had beautiful dividers. Now we'd be looking for that. So some things I didn't have to ask Venger about because I just saw what he did and said, "This is a good." I think I have some idea for things that would be good for a venue. Should we get a biggest geekest type con going? And I hope he has another one. I don't know if I can make it next year, especially if we get ours rolling. I won't make it because ours will probably be around that time. Or I can't do that many cons. I can't do Cabin Con and R-Con and Venger Con. I'm not going to spend that kind of money. So.
No, if we end up doing our own con, we'll have to just do that and Cabin Con.
I'll try to
get away with it.
I'll try to have it on a different weekend than Venger Con and try to get Venger down.
Oh yeah, we'll coordinate that. It would be folks. We won't worry about.
I'd get a bunch of our folks here down here. That'd be fun. I'd love to have that.
What do you think about bumping heads with Gen Con?
Who gives a crap?
Well,
I mean,
don't we still have a few people who want to go?
We do. We do. I guess for our people that still go, we got some homies that are going this year. I won't try. I'm not going to try to bump heads with Gen Con or any con. I'm going to try to pick our own weekend.
It's going to be difficult, but we'll try.
Yeah, we'll try to pick something reasonable.
Lulu, Legion of Myth again. Lulu didn't limit it to SJ Games. I'm not saying don't try. Use it if you can, but just be warned in case Lulu gets a wild hair.
Does Staples get all upset if you take a PDF that you bought and print it out?
I would imagine Staples prices are higher.
One copy? That's weird. Okay.
Well, that's the thing. It's a copyright issue. So if they just say you hand them a thumb drive and you say, hey, can you print this thing out? If they don't really look too hard, they probably will, especially if it's all the settings are good enough for them to just plug and play. But
yes,
they do. What is that? Staples? They'll print your PDFs.
You better be careful. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think.
You think Venger what?
Venger Con was a great success, and I think we could mimic that. Definitely, we'll beat the attendance with just our friends.
Right.
Now, whether we can get it for Venger ran it for 3 days, 2.5 days, really, Friday, Saturday, and part of Sunday. I think that would be a smart move for us. Friday, maybe even like Friday, Saturday, and just a little bit of Sunday or whatever. We can do the whole day because we're going to be nearby, but we can do whatever. I was surprised he had so many folks across that, but Venger's got a bit of a following. People that are,
Oh, sure. Yeah, he has a following.
So that would be cool. I would love to be.
I mean, I'm surprised he didn't get more than 25, but I think it went down kind of rapidly, and it's fairly close to Gen Con, so people are still, folks, you might like Gen Con still, but the folks that run it, for most of the folks that are here,
they hate you.
They don't like you very much. Yeah.
But I get it. Do what you want.
It's probably a way for a lot of you to hook up with friends that you have made at Gen Con's past. So I get that.
And it can be fun. Don't get me wrong. It still can be fun.
I've never been, so it's not a loss for me.
I've already given it up. I'm after the BIPOC room this year. I'm done. I know that T-shirt had Venger on, and I heard him mention that he's a pariah in the Madison area. A lot of folks which if you meet the man, I don't get it. I mean, I don't get it at all. He doesn't come off as even remotely like in your face about his conservative values. So I don't get it. I guess it's just.
How big is Madison?
200. Ooh, wait a minute. Is it 200,000 people? It's kind of big. I don't know. Let's see.
I mean, is it bigger than Bay City?
I'm almost positive.
According to Shauner, Gen Con is all gay. Gghey. I know what you're doing there, buddy. Gen Con is all gay now, just like Comic Con. Yeah.
Yeah. Population about 270,000. So yeah, it's bigger than.
Yeah, Bay City's only what, 35?
Yeah, it's big, but it's a kind of big college. UW's there, University.
So okay, how is it that?
Oh, Dig Artman! I didn't know that. We should make it there. His friends and him started a conference.
Lansing.
In Lansing called Spartacon. Are you still going, dude? We should come down then. When is it? Going for 30 years?
Cool. At some point, I'll be able to do that kind of stuff, but right now it's kind of difficult. Anyway, pundit in a city of 200,000+ people, he can't get around without getting crap. That's hard to believe.
Who, pundit?
Did you say pundit or Venger?
No. He's not well liked in the gaming community around there.
Venger or pundit?
Venger.
Oh.
Oh, I don't think he's not like I know that one game store has said he can't come in. I know he can't run his games at one of the game stores.
Sure, but it's a big town. There's no reason he can't move around without getting issues.
He's not being pitchforked. I'm just saying, maybe I misspoke. He said his name is kind of mud in that area as far as game goes.
The game community.
So
he's not getting a lot of locals there.
But to be fair, Wisconsin's full of game stores. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it has more game stores in that state than anywhere else in the country.
Oh.
I mean, it's the home of gaming, dude.
I guess so. That makes sense.
Minnesota. So
I would say we can get, depending on scheduling, we should be able to get 50 people to at least come by for one day. At least. Maybe 100.
I think we could. Yeah. We'll see. Venger thought that too. But you know what? If we got 50, I'd be thrilled.
I think we have something he didn't.
Me?
We don't have. We're okay.
Good point.
Yeah.
No, he did have me.
Well, we don't. Okay, so there is a segment of the gaming community that probably looks at us like we're Nazis.
There are. I've read the reviews.
For local reviewers.
No, just on. I was talking about our
reviews on iTunes reviews. 3.6. Right. What I'm saying is there's some local gamers here that think we're in that crowd. True. But I think they're not in the majority of gamers.
I agree.
So if we run a con, especially if we don't put our faces on, if we just call it something, we're going to call it Big Geek Con anyway, so they're going to know.
Small college.
Yeah.
You don't think I have gamers in my class?
Sure.
And so I'll totally pimp it out to them.
Especially if we do it next year, not this year.
Dude,
right now.
Check this out from Malachi. I'd never heard of that. Oh my goodness. And what does Shauner mean? Just in the con he's banned pretty much? Oh, from what conventions have banned him, Shauner? Interesting. Wow, they burnt the chalk books. I can't believe that. Malachi said that. That's ridiculous. What a bunch of douche nozzles.
Wow. Someone had to have bought them first. That's really dumb. Might as well burn your money. That's stupid.
It's stupid and weak. Both.
Because the game store has to buy the books. Right? Yeah. They get them at a discount, but
yeah. Venger is not wanted in cons, the gay ones. Right.
Gay ones, which is most of them. The big ones. The big ones.
Yeah.
Not not many. Well, some of the independent ones too, but not there's a few.
He would definitely be welcome should we get one up and running.
Oh yeah.
So would everyone listening and watching, and even if you are a lefty, I don't care. Come on.
And I'm sure with just 25 people, it was probably still not a big deal as far as family. If someone had brought their kids, it wouldn't have been a big deal.
Oh, Malachi said the store bought. Malachi says the store bought them from him to sell, and instead of getting a refund, they burned them. Whatever, dude. if I'm Venger, I'm like, do whatever. Thanks for the money, dumb.
Thanks for the money. So yeah, would it have been fine for families to have been there?
Right. Well,
at Venger Con.
Yes.
So it wasn't an issue.
I was not in Venger's games. I know that in my game was very family friendly.
But the environment, I mean, it's not like it's not a con environment like the Gen Con, right?
I feel like that environment probably was better for 18 plus. Just because of the way the guys, when they had drinks, they went across to have drinks. I thought it was a little more adult, but it wasn't like anything extreme. When you played, it was, you know, I guess you could have had young ones there. We didn't have any young kids. I'd be shocked if anybody was underneath 25. Was under 25. So
well,
doesn't mean they weren't, but
there's some examples. There's some counter examples to that,
right? But a lot of publicity is good.
Yeah, yeah. Because Shauner says any publicity is good publicity, but
maybe.
Anyway, so VengerCon was a success. You had a good time.
Good time.
Learned some things for us to run our own con here, because we do plan on doing that under the Big Geek banner.
Yep.
So
I would love for it to happen next year, but we'll see.
Yeah. Once Big Geek Emporium is up and rolling, which hopefully will happen in a few weeks.
Yes.
We may be, if it's good enough success, we might be able to subsidize part of running the con.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
Otherwise, we got a lot of people that would help us out probably for free.
Well, we've got people are going to have to buy tickets. It's not going to be free attendance.
Well, no, but if we got our friends helping out at the con, they don't have to pay to come. That would be weird. You going to charge our friends if they help us out at the con?
Probably.
You're a dirty dog. Oh, sorry. Dirty dog Emperor Joe.
Well, we can't have, if we got 50 people there, 25 of them aren't going to be free.
No,
that's just not, it won't work. I mean, you have to have enough people pay for it to pay for the venue.
But I think
unless we do it in a pole barn.
Do it in the backyard. It'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.